Hey guys, I'm Lace and this is Feral Beauty. So I posted a quick video the other day, both here and on TikTok, and I just did not have time to record, but I did my makeup really quick for work and I posted what it looked like, and so many people were like, please do a tutorial for that. So I'm gonna do that for you guys today. I'll try and insert a quick little snippet of what that looked like. And so we're just gonna kind of recreate that today. And I feel like the star of the show is the colorfix stix from Danessa Myricks. And this is in shade 1. Well, it's the duo in number 1. Get ready with me. And before filming, I already used my Chantecaille Sheer Glow tint in gold, and I like to use this as a primer sometimes, so that's what I did today. And then I also did my brows off camera. So I did that for a reason, because I always want this to set and dry before I put any foundation or concealer on top of it. And I also want to do my brows before I put this on, because I don't want them to be too moisturized or wet for me to use my marker. And I'll just give you a quick rundown of what I did, what I used. So I've been really loving these, the L'Oreal Faux Brow, this 2-prong brow marker, and it's kind of like the Benefit one, but it has 2 prongs instead of 3. Anyway, I really like it a lot, and I've been using 2 different shades. So this one is the dark blonde, and this one is the dark brown or dark brunette, one of those. And so I've been using the dark blonde in the front of my brow so that it's just not so dark, you know. And then I use the darker shade from the middle to the end, and I really like these. They're really good, especially for being a L'Oreal drugstore product, you know. It's really good. And then I always layer on top of that my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna add a little bit of a color right here into the crease. And I'm gonna go in from my Glaminatrix Cosmetics palette in Barely Basic. I'm literally just gonna use 1 shade from this. So if you're trying to recreate a look like this at home, honestly, just go for something similar to this. It's just something cool toned, because this duo from Danessa Myricks is very cool toned. So I'm just gonna go in with the shade Share right here. And I'm just gonna put that right in above the crease a little bit. So just really lightly and keep it pretty sheer. Oh, I forgot to mention that off camera I used my Polite Society translucent powder. I love to use this all over, but especially in the crease before I'm gonna use any kind of a creamy or liquidy eyeshadow. It just kind of helps set it so that if you do get a little bit oily on your lids, I don't typically, but everyone creases a little bit, so I always like to set it with this just to help kind of prevent creasing. I love this powder. If you are oily, you should look into this. The Polite Society translucent powder is called their More Than a Pretty powder. It's really good though, I will say. And they have different shades of this too, but I think translucent is probably best, especially if you're using it to prevent creasing and things like that. All right, so Danessa Myricks Colorfix Stix in shade 1. We're gonna go in with the metallic shade first. Now, I feel like when I was watching reviews on these from other content creators that I follow and subscribe to, some of them were having issues using this with a makeup brush. I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't the right size brush, maybe it was too fluffy or something like that. But I'm gonna go in with a brush like this to it's pretty dense and it's gonna pack on that color really well. This is a natural bristle brush from Refer. This is their 02 Mini. But honestly, as long as you have something like this at home, you'll be fine and you'll get the same effect. So I'm just gonna swipe some on from here, and I'm gonna go in and start applying to my inner corner right here. I'll try and keep the mirror out of the way so it doesn't focus on it too much. And I'm trying to keep it pretty crisp in here, just so that it doesn't get too high up where I want it. Like I want that little detail right there. And then right on this outer corner, same thing. So I'm kind of doing like a halo eye where it's focused. The darker shades are in the outer and inner corners. And it has like a nice cooling sensation to it. I'm gonna bring a little down right under here on that outer corner, and then right on this inner corner underneath. Now I'm gonna intensify it just by applying it straight to the lid, and then I'll blend it again with the brush. So just on that outer corner right here. You can see it's like a lot more intense now. You could even like go in with your fingertip and kind of blend it if you want. You don't have to use a brush, you know? Now I'm gonna very carefully add a little to that inner corner, straight onto the lid. But that's why I kind of put that structure down first with the brush, you know? And if you could see, I'm leaving this spot right here kind of like blank so that I could use that foil on it later. Okay, I matched both eyes, so now I'm going to go into the foils part of the sticks. And I'm gonna focus that like right on the middle of the top and right on the middle of the bottom. And I'm not gonna use the brush for this, I'm just gonna use my fingertip to blend. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I'm actually gonna drag it up very lightly, like that. A little like cascade of glitter up there. These dry down pretty fast. And then a little right underneath here. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my Victoria Beckham eyeliner. It is the Satin Kajal. I cannot remember the name of the shade. I think it might be Cocoa. I mean, look, there's like almost nothing left. So, you know, it's whatever the darkest brown shade that she has is. And I'm gonna line my upper waterline. And now I'm gonna focus this on just, again, the inner and outer part, but of my waterline. And so it creates this like really nice effect. It looks so pretty. I love that. I love that like little highlighted effect right in the middle of the entire eye. Yeah, so pretty. I love that. Now I'm gonna use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. Surprisingly, love this stuff. Now listen, I have been dealing with this monster on my face. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't typically break out. I don't really break out. Like I paid my dues. I have broken out more than 10 times over when I was younger, when I was a teenager. So I don't know what this is now, and I have a little bit down here too. I don't know what's going on, but if this is some like bullshit of you're getting older, so now you're like surprised you're gonna have adult acne, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this, all right? Like, as you age and get older, there's all these little like surprises, and I'm not okay with it. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this and just apply it right on there. And I'm just gonna blend around it. I'm not going to touch above it because that's when you're taking the product off and you're not covering up the blemish. You know what I mean? Or it's not covered up enough. It's not gonna look that good. So we're just gonna blend right around the edges of it. So if you ever have a breakout, do this little trick. So now that discoloration of it is gone, I'm gonna put powder on it so you're not even gonna see it. And now I'm just gonna apply a little bit right where I need it, right in here and here, and a little bit under here. But honestly, that's like as far as I take my concealer these days, you know? Because you start to get like fine lines over here and I don't want it to crease and all of that. So I feel like this really looks the best for me at least. And I don't really have anything left on here. Like I'm not going to apply more, but I'm just gonna kind of bounce around whatever might still be on the brush around my nose. This is where a lot of my redness is. I moved over a little bit because the sun's coming right in. All right, so now I'm gonna use one of my absolute favorite foundations ever. And this is the Koh Gen Do. I forget the name of it. It's basically their foundation powder. Now, tell me that you love your foundation without telling me that you love your foundation. Look at that. At least I have a backup. So I'm just gonna use this all over. I'm really loving this with the Danessa multi-powder brush. It's a really nice brush, I like it a lot. And so I'm just gonna pat that around, and then right above, right on top of where I put that concealer on that blemish. I'm just gonna split my bangs for now. And then what I like to do is go in with a smaller but still fluffy brush and just do like some detail work with that where I need it the most. Because just because I need more coverage around my nose doesn't mean I need that coverage everywhere, you know what I mean? I love this foundation powder so much, you guys. It's one of my top 5, honestly. And if you want me to make like a list of, if you want me to make like a video of my top absolute favorite foundation, let me know. But this is one of them for sure. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this show. I think it was from like USA, the network, and oh my god, it must be like between like 10 and 12 years old now, which sounds so long ago, but it really wasn't. Anyway, it was called Mr. Robot, and I'm watching that with my husband, and it's like so good. It's a really, really good show. It's like addictive, like you are gonna binge it. So if you're gonna watch it, be prepared to binge it for real. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Vieve Modern Bronzing Duo, and I'm gonna use the cooler tone because, to be perfectly honest, the warm tone just does not work for me. I love to use this fluffy brush with it. This is actually from Real Techniques, and it's like such a good brush, and it's so inexpensive. Like, it was like $6 or something stupid because it's so good. Same as this is like the little mini version of it. So this is what I do some detail work with, like around my face. They're so good. Like, what? Real Techniques, get it at Ulta. I'm gonna put some up here. I'm not gonna put any on my nose like I normally do because I'm gonna do something a little different. I don't look so spooky now. Now I've got a little bit of color on my face. Oh my god, at work the other day, I had such a tism moment. One of my clients, she is having a baby, and so she like told me like, oh my god, so, you know, because she's been trying, and so she's really excited. She's like, it's happening, I'm pregnant, gonna have the baby. And in my mind, and I know this is such a weird way of thinking things, you know, but in my mind I was like, oh, I should say congratulations on the successful sex, you know. And like, I came home and I told my husband that, and he was just like, oh my god, Liz. And I was like, you know what, we need an autistic like card company, okay? There should be like greeting cards or like congratulations cards that have little sayings like that, like congratulations on the successful sex, okay? Because now you're having a baby. And when I tell my husband these things, he's just like, oh my god, Liz. Do you guys ever have thoughts like that? Let me know. What would your card say? Let me know the weird like shit that you think so that I don't feel like the only weirdo here. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Valentino Eye to Cheek in 03. I almost never use this color because I'm just not like really a pink girly, but it's really not like overly pink. I know it looks like it is there, but it's a really nice formula. You'll see. So I'm gonna go with the same brush because again, it's really fluffy, so it's not gonna put too much pigment on. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that. And lately for my blush, I've really been enjoying like focusing it right here instead of making it so stripy. I don't know, sometimes that really just like drives me crazy, and I just love to switch it up and try out like different ways, different techniques, different placements, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna focus it a little bit more like right here. So you see what I mean? It's not like overly pink. It's a doable pink. It's a tolerable pink for me. I can do this. Oh my god, I completely forgot mascara. Okay, I will get to that. Hold on. But yeah, I'm really liking this blush placement. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Like just kind of right here, where when you are naturally blushing, like that's where it usually is. It's not like starting all the way up here like this. I mean, if that's what you want, then do it, you know, but it's always fun to try out new placements, new everything, right? New products, new placement, techniques, all the things. And then if it ends up getting a little too close or whatever, like you could always go in with that brush that you used with your foundation and just kind of blend around it, you know? Okay, mascara. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now. Sorry. So we're gonna use the Sweed Cloud Mascara. I love this stuff, and if you have been following me, you know I love this stuff. And I'm just gonna apply that. Probably like 2 coats of it. Like, I don't ever wanna not have this in my makeup drawer. So that was 1 coat, and I'll do 1 more. I'm gonna go to the movies later with my husband. I haven't been to the movie theater in so long. I don't even remember, like before COVID, okay? That's how long. And I think that we're gonna see the Jurassic Park movie. I've heard really mixed things. Some people were like, oh my God, it's the best Jurassic Park there's been in a little while. Like, obviously it's not as good as the original, you know what I mean? But as far as the new ones go, and then I've heard some people say it really sucked. So I don't know. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay. Oh, it got sunny again. Maybe I need to shift over this to this side again. Hold on. Okay, this should be good for now. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to show you I was gonna do with my nose. So I remembered there was this thing I used to do with my nose makeup. And it was kind of contouring, but not in the way that you would think. Instead of like doing that to make it look like really thin, I would do this contour to kind of look a little more like a button nose, give a little more of that like illusion, you know what I mean? And I kind of miss doing that. I haven't done that in a while as well. So I'm gonna go in with this. I found this this is old. I found this. We're not gonna question how old it is, okay? Let's not do that. This is from NYX, and it is their Taupe High Definition Blush. So I'm gonna use this as a contour shade. I'm gonna go in with a really dense, round brush, and I am going to like kind of arc it right over here, just like that, and then right underneath it. So almost in a circle, but not quite, you know? You also don't want that like clown nose effect, I don't know. So I'm just sculpting it right there, and then just around it in like an arc like that, you know, like you could roll it. You could see already it gives that like effect of a little like a button nose, you know? And if that's not your thing, that's fine, you know, but it's just fun to play around with the shape of your face and bring it up a little bit here. It looks cute. I love that. I missed it. I don't know why I stopped doing it, but I saw it and like in an old photo, and I kind of missed it. So Prada highlight in shade 1. I'm gonna apply that on the tops of my cheekbones right here. Hate the way Prada products smell, but I love the way they look. I love the way they perform. Oh, they're so good. Now I'm gonna put a little on the tip of my nose right there to highlight, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose here. Now this is being dispersed so lightly. It's not gonna be like super shimmery. It's not a super shimmery formula anyway, which is why I love it. But yeah, beautiful highlight. This is coming together really good. I like it. I like it. I hope you guys like it too. I'm just gonna draw back on my little beauty marks that I naturally have that I have covered up with my foundation. So I'm just gonna put this one back right here. And this is just like a brown liquid liner. And then one right here. I had to move again. As you can tell, the sun is just moving, so we'll move with it. It's totally fine. I don't have too much left anyway. I have the lips, and that's it. So I'm gonna go in with the Ashton lip liner from ColourPop. Such a beautiful cool tone shade. And I love the ColourPop formula too. It's like very soft, but it lasts a decent amount of time considering how soft it is, you know? So I'm just gonna go in and line with that. And I overlined a little bit on purpose. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this matte lipstick from Mob Beauty. And this is the M154B. So that's what it looks like. And it's this really kind of like peachy nude shade. Can you see? So I'm gonna apply that right here. Just kind of fill it in. And then because it is such a cool toned look, I'm gonna go in with another Mob Beauty lip product. And this is a balm that they have. It's the M149. Now it's blue, but I'm gonna use it like as a layering product just to cool down the tone of the lipstick. Not that it's like incredibly warm, but it is, you know, more on the peachy side. And so I'm gonna layer this, but I'll show you a little swatch of it as well. So because it's a balm, like it doesn't go on too blue. Like I'm gonna sheer that out, see? So I'll just show you what it looks like layered right on top. And I'm not gonna apply too much. I'm just gonna bounce it around a little bit. See, my lips don't look blue, but they have drastically been cooled down. So I love this little hack, this little trick. If you ever wanna cool down a lip color, get yourself like a blue toned lip gloss. Pat McGrath makes one. It's got sparkle in it though. I think that Rare Beauty might have come out with a new one that's like a very sheer light blue, maybe a little bit of sparkle. There's a few though out there that if you see it in the store, you're probably a little like, ooh, you know, but it is really awesome for layering to cool down something that's a little too warm. Now, since we used a powder foundation, I gotta finish it off with the One Size Powder Melt spray, the setting spray. Oh my God, you guys, it's so good. And you could tell like I have like that much left out of the bottle. I need a backup, like I need a new one. It's not even a backup at this point. Like I'm gonna be out of this probably by next week. Because I've really been loving that powder foundation. Like it's already one of my favorites, but you know when you kind of like fall in love with a product that you already have and you're just like, oh, I love you. Why haven't I been using you every single day, you know? It's been like that. So let's go ahead and spray this on. It really does just like melt it all in. Oh, it just looks so good. Like if you were to see me in real life, look at me, you would not think to yourself, oh, she's wearing a powder foundation. It doesn't have that like powdery look that you usually get from a powder foundation. It really truly does just melt it in. It makes the whole thing look amazing. Okay, and now I'm gonna finish this all off with, I got this little sample of the Heretic. It's Heretic Black Salt perfume. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. If you like an aquatic scent, you're going to love this. You're gonna love it. And if you get it, you're welcome, okay? Like it is that good. And I panicked the other day because they sent out an email saying like, get it before it's gone, you know? It's always like this threat that they do. And I panicked and I emailed them back and I was like, I just got the email. Are you guys like, are you done with this? Was it just seasonal? Was it temporary? Was it limited? Like taking them in my mind, I'm like, tell me. And they're like, no, it's not limited. So I'm like, what was the point of that email? But whatever, scare tactics, right? For sales. Not that I'm not gonna buy a big bottle, I just didn't wanna buy it right now, you know, maybe in like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, oh my God. It is so dreamy. It's so good, like I can't even. If you like aquatics, you need this in your life. And I really try not to like influence and tell you guys you need to buy something, but like, if you're into perfume and you really love aquatics, because personally I feel like aquatics are one, either very hit or miss, and two, not very accessible. There's not a ton of aquatics out there, you know? There's like so many more gourmands and like floral scents, you know? So if you like aquatics, you gotta at least try the sample out. It's so friggin' good, I can't. Okay, so that's gonna be my scent of the day. All right, so I will show you some better lighting and then you can see how this looks, like the sparkle in better lighting, and appreciate it a little bit more than you can right now, you know? Okay, I'm gonna show you some better lighting as we walk through my house. Okay, this room usually has the best lighting because there's like a huge window over here, so it lets in a lot of natural light. So can you see that? Is it coming across? I'll close my eyes so you could see what that looks like. But yeah, I love these colorfix sticks from Danessa Myricks. They are so beautiful, very easy to work with. You absolutely can use a brush if you want. Just make sure it's the right type of a brush, you know, like don't use anything too fluffy. You want it to be more dense. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And we've got that Prada highlight, little button nose contouring. Let me know what you guys think of that, and I will let you know how Jurassic Park goes. So thanks for getting rowdy with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!